a better place than some of us, but it's not guaranteed that you are. So when you say that, in other words, you saying is that some of the roads, some of the purgings that you get now, I've got them and I've graduated.
Right.
And I can tell you some things that can help you to bring you up to what a Father has brought me. That's what that thing ought to do. All right. Shalom.
Okay, let me get my Bible.
All right. So, verse 22.
22. For the Father judges no one, but has committed all judgment to the Son.
But I thought the Father gave you judgment. But you telling people, you know, you can't come in this room if you believe in feast days. So who gave you that judgment? See what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna write a blog. And if you keep polygamy, everybody needs to stay out of those churches that keep polygamy. So who made you the judge now? Now all of a sudden you the judge. But the book just said, now who has judgment again? Verse 22.
Yahushua.
There you go.
Okay.
Read 22, Israel.
For the Father judges no one, but has committed all judgment to the Son.
Now mine say the Father judges no man. And he's given all of that to the Son. So when Yahushua was on the stake and he died and he said it is done, that's when it was given to him. All power in heaven and earth has been given to him. So he gave you authority, and he said that when you do judge, he said judge righteously. He said hear the whole matter, the small and the great. That's the only authority that we have concerning judging. But making a final judgment on anything has been given to Yahushua. So be very careful when you go to judge something and put your mouth on something that you don't understand. And I'm talking in the mirror. I'm talking to me, all right? I'm not throwing out on anybody. I'm talking to myself. Verse 23.
23. That all should honor the Son just as they honor the Father. He who does not honor the Son does not honor the Father.
Didn't he tell us earlier that all this is done into the glory of Yah? So this is the Father's protocol. So it's Yah's protocol to honor Yahushua the same way you honor the Father. But see, the Christians get it twisted. They down, push the Father down and raise him up. It didn't say that, did it? It says you honor him the same way you honor the Father. So the way you think about the Father, you need to think of the Son in the same light right now. Because that is Yah's plan. All right? But we're dealing with verse 22. And I want you all to get this. We had John 15 and 22. We're talking about judgment or judgmental laws. All right? So we had John 5th chapter, and read verse 22 real slow.
For the Father judges no one, but has committed all judgment to the Son.
So the Father judges no one, and he gave all to the Son. Now, let's skip down to verse 24.
24. Most assuredly, I say to you, he who hears my word and believes in him who sent me has everlasting life, and shall not come into judgment, but has passed from death into life. 25. Most assuredly, I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of the living Elohim, and those who hear will live.
Now, that's twofold, you all. That's spiritual death, and that's physical death. The day you hear his voice, he will quicken you. Verse 26.
26. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son to have life in himself.
So the Son took the judgmental laws, he took them out of the hand of the Levitical priesthood, because remember, whenever there was offenses that was taken, who was to carry out the judgments? The Levitical priesthood. So now, at this point, the Messiah has given the Levitical priesthood pink slip. He gave him a pink slip. Put him in the number last week of all the folk that's been laid off. So all the judgment has been given to him. All right? No longer we living in the time of judges. So we're living in the time of Yahushua's rule. All right, continue on.
27. And has given him authority to execute judgment also, because he is the Son of Man. 28. Do not marvel at this, for the hour is coming in which all who are in the graves will hear his voice. 29. And come forth those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of condemnation.
Now we see what we read in Romans, the 2nd chapter, where Shaul got that from. He got that from the Messiah. And that is our goal. We want to be judged rightfully. So we got to be careful how we judge folk, because remember, in the manner of you judging, you will be judged the same way. So if you don't have any compassion on people, guess what? Exactly. Whatever man sow, he going what? He's going to reap. All right. Let's go to Revelation, the 19th chapter. Joshua said that the Father judges no man. He said, all judgment has been given to me. And there's another text in John. He said, I will judge as I hear. Now, remember last week we read in the scripture where it talked about in Revelation the Father had the book of life in his lap. And the Father will read from the book of life. What do you think the Father reading out of that book of life? What do you think he's reading out of that? Testimonies of your life. So Yahushua say, I judge as I hear. So what are he hearing? He's hearing the Father read your life. So as the Father is reading your life, he's judging. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. See, judgment ain't been given to us. So we need to stop judging folk on the level that we judge. And we need to judge ourselves. So Yahushua said the Father judges no man. He said any man that comes to the Father must come through me. So if you don't even believe in the Messiah, where's your sacrifice? You are through.
That also takes care of the people who's just Torah-based only.
That's exactly what we were just talking about.
That one scripture that says that we should honor the Son.
As we honor, you know what honor means? Honor means to prostrate. It means to worship. Oh, we don't worship the Messiah. Okay, you mean to tell me you're going to walk up on His Majesty and shake His hand? You won't even do that to Barack today. Go and walk up on Barack and say, hey, what's up, brother? You ain't going to do that. Much as you wouldn't even do that to George Bush, much as you hated him. How you doing, Mr. President, sir? It's just an honor. Remember, whether the king is wicked or whether he's righteous, guess who put him there? The Father put him there. That's what he told us in Daniel. He said, no man raised to power unless I do it. Unless I do. So the Father put them demons in office.
Run under Caesar was his.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When it comes to the part about judgment, you can't judge somebody that you don't know because you don't know that person. You just see him. But you can make judgments after you get to know him. Right. That's what we said earlier. So we judge based on what we know. Yeah. And you can't judge by appearance. It says we have to make a righteous judgment. So go to Revelation, the 19th chapter, and we're going to pick it up at the 11th verse, and we're going to see what is the end result of judgment. What did judgments go? What happened to judgments? They've been nailed to the stake, is what Shaul told us, right, in Colossians. Okay. They was nailed to the stake. So Revelation 19 and 11. All right, go ahead when you get it.
Now I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he who sat on him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and makes war.
Now that word again, in righteousness, he knows the situation. He knows your life. So in righteousness, he judged. So this is at his second coming. So whatever you got coming to you of the laws that you broke, that you didn't get that immediate curse of the law, you're going to get it at his second coming. Bottom line. So whatever you are doing today that you're not getting immediately whooped for, and that's what we're about to read, Shaul told us that there was some ordinances that was written against us that at his dying, he nailed them to the stake. So we're going to read those ordinances. But guess what? Something's going to happen to you, maybe not immediately, but eventually. Mm-hmm. So remember, the judgments used to be immediately.
Yeah.
But you're going to get whatever it is you had coming to you. It's just that you have what's called a grace period.
Yeah.
To get the thing right. Because back then, our grace period was this short.
Straight up.
But today is, you got opportunity to get things straight. So let's go into the law and let's read in Exodus, the 21st chapter, some of the ordinances that was written against us